Hi, Julia Watts here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at some brand new Sentimentally Yours, and we're going to be looking at Floral Finery release number 2. So you've already seen some Floral Finery Dies, and these are additions to that, so you can use them with them or you can use them on their own. So with this set, we've got 4 new flowers, and we've got the same shape across all the different designs, and we have a 6-petal flower and we have a 4-petal flower in each one in various sizes, and there's also a new leaf set as well. So this is the first one. This one's called Wonderfully Plain as opposed to Perfectly Plain, which was in the previous release. And you can see what the designs are like, and you've got 4 different sizes in each of the 2 designs. There aren't stamps to go with these yet, but of course you can use any of your texture stamps and any of your kind of motif type stamps on the edges of the petals, and obviously any of your pattern papers as well. They are A6 sets and they come on a magnetic sheet. That's the first one. Very, very useful. Don't underestimate the value of the plain dies. This one is called Dotty Tips, and as you can see, we've got dots on the ends of all the tips, and they are deboss. And there you can see the dies there. Lovely deep deboss on those. Look fabulous in mirror card. This one is your perfect petals, and here you've got deboss kind of lines cut on them. Let's see. I'll show you the designs there. And then finally we've got this one, which is your lacy tips. So this one actually cuts the design out, so you've got beautiful lace design in the tips of all of them. Obviously you can mix and match across the sets to make your own kind of mixed flowers if you want to. And then to go with those, as I said, we've got some more leaves, and these are a mixture. These are Whimsy Foliage, and these are a mixture of plain leaves and leaves with some lacy cuts on the tips as well. So obviously they're going to go with all of the Floral Finery too. So those are currently available on both my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and also available from honeypotcrafts.co.uk, and on Hobby Maker on the 2nd of October, I believe. Okay, so those are they. So we're going to make a 50th anniversary card using some of the Floral Finery. I'm also going to use just the Regency squares from the Layered Differently. Let's get rid of that. He's been on the screen far too long. I think I need to be back on the screen there like that. We have actually sold out of these dies, unfortunately, but I know a lot of you have got them, and so why not use them? And then you can see how wonderfully they work with the new flowers. So I'm only using this set. Normally I combine the 2 different squares, the Graceful Squares and the Regency Squares, but this time I'm only using this set just to show you that if you've only got one set, you can still make a wonderful card. And yes, right, okay, so let's get my bits. I'm using the, I think it's called Alabaster White, which is it's kind of an off-white, it's a creamy white, and this is half of a A4, scored in half and then trimmed down, so it's 14.8 centimeters. It's the same as what you get when you're using a 6x6 card, because the 6x6 is actually the envelope and the card is always a bit smaller. But my mats, so my biggest piece cut from the largest from the Regency square, you can see this fits perfectly on there, and you can see my camera there, in the gold mirror card that you can get from Honeypot Crafts. We are going to do something with this to change this slightly. We'll do that in a minute. But my next layer, this is the next layer in the Regency squares. And what I've done is I've actually, let's jump ahead a bit. I've actually cut myself a frame using the largest of this one, and then missing one think I've missed one, or I missed two. I can't remember. I've missed two. Missed two. This is the thing, you can make bigger, wider frames you want to. I've missed two, and then I've cut that out like that. I'm not going to fiddle around trying to line it up. Okay, so I've cut that out. Let's pull that down a bit. So what I've done is I've taken, instead of the largest one, I've taken the next largest one and cut my aperture out. That means I've got a bit of playroom, and obviously I've got an extra bit to use on something else. That gives me a bit of playroom, so you can see on the back and on the front I've got a bit of playroom to get my frame all lined up, and I don't actually have to stress over the fact as to whether I've got it all lined up to actually fit in. So that frame's going to go on there, and it's going to go obviously on my mirror card. But I want something in the background here, but I only want it in part of the background. I don't want it to go over the edge. So this is going to be the tricky part. And I haven't prepped it beforehand, so we'll just see what happens, shall we? Fly by the seat of my pants. Anti-static bag, very, 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 very important, especially when you're using a coated card like this. So you want to dust it, and of course you will find anti-static bags. This is the Sentimentally Yours one, of course, on both of our websites. And what I'm going to use, and I'm going to use the Dainty, Doodle Dainty dots. Fill in these names. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it won't be perfect because I can't actually find, it doesn't matter. I'll have to use my stamping platform. I was going to use my block, but I think I've got my block pack for the workshop. Okay, let's use my stamping platform. So when you look at this, you can see that this is going to be too big. So obviously what we want to do is make sure that we only stamp enough for our aperture. So that's easy to sort out. We don't need to worry about that at all, really. Except lining it up and not getting stickiness all over. So what we'll do is we will bring in my card. Ooh, magnets. Naughty magnets. Go into the corner. I am bound to get some where I don't want it, but you know, we'll be alright. Okay, so that's the bit that's come off. I'm going to put that there for a minute. So now I'm going to have it there like so. And we're going to have, I'm going to bring that in here. I don't want it to go all the way to the top there. I'll be on there like that. And then what we'll do, oh, I've got to pick it up first. Right, see, thinking, process, thinking. I can't mask it off on the back because that's not going to work, is it? Kel Plonker. Right. Low tack tape. Should we do it this way or should we do it the other way? Tell you what we'll do is we'll mask it after we've inked. I think that's going to be the safest thing to do. I'm just going to roll it off and roll it back again so I can get rid of those air bubbles. And we're using Versamark. So I'm not that worried if it's not perfect. I'm getting all my bases all covered already. I think that's inked within an inch of its life. Let's just see where we need to be. That'll go on there like that. Right. I reckon we need to mask off about here. By doing this, it's not going to stamp here onto my gold card on my border. Let's see, so it's going to be, that should be fine. Let's have a look. Yeah, that looks good to me. Right, let's go for it, shall we? What was I going to do? Was I going to do gold or clear? I think I was going to do clear, but I'm not. I'm going to do gold, I think. Have I got my gold? Got silver. That's no good, is it? Right, in that case, we're going to do clear. It's all right, because we can see through to the mirror cards. That's fine. It's just to give it some texture, as opposed to embossing. Obviously, it'd be very difficult just to emboss a central area like that. You'd end up just using another piece of card. But I thought we'd be a bit frugal with our mirror card, and we would see if we can do it this way and see if it works. If it didn't work, we'll pause and start again. It's only a piece of card, don't need to stress. Can't see a thing, but it is there. Don't know if you can see. You can't really, can you? You'll see in a minute. Right, let's just put that to one side. Grab my clear embossing powder. You'll be able to see it now, because it look like it's white. I've got a splodge and I've got bits missing. That'll be where the flowers are going. Can you see the bit that's missing there? Don't know how I've managed that. We'll work around it. We will. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Don't worry. It'll be all right. We'll manage. Don't panic. Right, I'm going to put this away and I'm going to heat set it. Okay, so we're all heat set now. Not as good as I would have liked, but it's good enough. So I just need to be careful where I've got these gaps. Can you see the gaps? That's where my flowers are going to go. It's very, very bendy. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop it underneath my MDF sheet here that I've got. Let's get rid of that card. And we're going to flatten it and we're going to do some other things, right? So using the Regency squares, taking these two dies here, and then I've cut the smallest one out of the gold mirror card, and then the alabaster white is the largest one. And we're going to actually stick them down. This was originally, I think Helen came up with this idea. So they're stuck down kind of like this, a bit better than that. So they look like little pearls around the edge, which is quite nice actually. I really like the way that is. So we're going to stick those down. Using lots and lots of layers from these Regency squares. I mean, for me, on my website, the Regency squares weren't as popular as the graceful squares, but I think that was because Foliage used those in his demo when he launched them. But I don't know, I like both of them, but I really like the laciness of this one. Let's just get rid of some of that ink. Not ink. Glue, Julia. It's glue. And let's see if we can get this so it's lined up nicely. Nearly there. Needs to be just tapped over. That's good, doesn't it? Pretty. And then we've got, again, Regency squares. We're going to use these 3 different size ones here. So obviously you can use them like that. But I think what I intended to do was to move them so that I was going to use them like that instead, which makes them look entirely different. So I think we're going to do that. I've decided. Glue on. Obviously this is Sentimentally Yours PVA, as always. a little wrap, if you like, around that particular die. You can tell they're not 100% symmetrical, which is what Phil intended. Which is doing my head in just a little bit, but I can see why he's done it. That's going to go there like that. And then I've already gone ahead and using that little tiny die there, and I've stamped a 50 inverse mark and embossed with the gold detail embossing powder, and that's going to go in the centre. And that is from the Milestone birthdays. If you managed to get hold of that, congratulations. I don't think that they're available on Phil's website anymore, but well done if you managed to get those. So we are going to, I think I'll be putting that on foam tape in a little bit, so we're not going to stick that down yet. So those are my central layers, if you like. I'm going to pop these two underneath here with their little friend that is not flattening out yet. So hopefully it will soon. And on the back, I think what we'll do is, because it's an anniversary card, and there's nothing other than 50 going on there, it says anniversary. Because it could be 50th birthday, it could be whatever you want to, but because we're doing gold, I'm going to emboss this with the heart lattice, I think. So I'll go in there, and we'll have just a few hearts floating around on there. So I'll do that in a minute as well. We'll pause in a second. Let's look at these flowers. Let's shape some flowers. So I've used the Wonderfully Plain, and I've also used the Dotty tips together. And I've got quite more than I need here. What I've done is I've stamped this Dotty, delightfully Dotty, isn't it? The texture background, is that what it's called? Doodle Dainty Dots. I've stamped that onto the alabaster white card and embossed it with the gold detail embossing powder first, and then I've die cut it. So we've got some Dotty flowers which will match our Dotty background, hopefully. And then I've cut the same sizes out of the, what's it called? Dotty tips. And I've gone for the 6 petal flower. So what we're going to do is we'll be going, I'm going to mix them up. So we're going to have that with that. And I've also, if you've got them, I've also got the stamens. I think this is stamens too. We're going to stick a stamen in the centre as well, because Helen did that on one of her cards and I thought it looked really, really lovely. So I've got various different sizes. I'm just going to shape the one in front of you, and then I'll do the rest, and then we can do some construction hopefully. So we're using a moulding mat and an embossing tool, which I haven't got out, which is a bit daft of me. I should have a whole load in here. Oh, I've got that one. My favourite one is that one. Right. Let's see, how should we shape these? I'm never too sure how I want to shape them. Let's do it this way. Just drag it from the tip on the back. And this embossing tool was I think it's a Vass and Creative one. Which I can't get hold of anymore, unfortunately, but there's lots of embossing tools on the market. And we're just gonna, oh, this one, that side, we're just gonna run that around to make that pop up. Hopefully you can see, just running it around. It's hard to see, isn't it, with the reflection from the mirror card. And we're gonna have, pop this down in the centre, that one, and we're just going to pop a bit of glue and offset that one. best I can. And then more glue in the centre. And pop that in there like so. And then give it a good old push. We're going to give that a chance to dry, and then I'm going to pop one of the gold star pearls from Sentimentally Yours, which you can get at Honey Pot Crafts. I'm going to pop one of those in the centre. So I'm going to shape all these, and then hopefully when I come back, my background is nice and flat. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, I think it's as straight as it's going to be. To be honest, I'm not sure if I'd do this again. I've glued it onto my base card, and I've had it underneath my die cutting machine plates and a shed load of dies with magnetic sheets. It's still not 100% flat, but it's as flat as it's going to be. But you can just about see the embossed detail at the back. So hopefully by the time I put it together, it will look half decent. So we can see we've got a gap top and bottom. Let me show you. See the top, but that's fine because we've got to put a frame on. You can see that I've embossed my frame with the heart lattice. So we're going to glue that in place. It's always worth trying things, you know, even if they don't work out quite as you expect. You can either, you know, work out how to tweak it, or you can tell yourself, right, I'm never doing that again. But you know, everything's a learning curve. It'd be boring if we didn't learn anything each day, really, wouldn't it? Right, so this is going on here. Obviously, I'll move around a bit because it's on mirror card, which is quite good because it's quite forgiving. And do remember, when you emboss card, it does warp the fibres a little bit, so you don't always get the same size border at the top and the bottom as you do at the sides. You just have to live with that. Now we're going to pop our frame on, and I've got some of the Creative Expressions mounting cushion here. I'm going to peel off, I've cut it into what I think is the right size, and I'm peeling off the front and the back so I can actually bend it all the way around my frame. It's super easy, super quick to use. And I go back to this again and again and again. Let's have another bit. We won't need a full bit. Let's try to there. You cut exactly what you need, or you think you need. And you get 2 A5 sheets in each pack. Oh, a bit extra there. On my sheet. Stay. Right. Let's figure out where we want this to be. It's going to be about, stand up to see. It's going to be about there. Oh, I could have thought about it and lined my hearts up a bit, didn't I? But I didn't. Okay. So now you can't, the only gaps that you can see are my gaps in my stamping. Quite cool, isn't it? Right, so let's get, I've already put 1mm foam tape on the backs. This is just regular foam tape, the cheap stuff. On the back here, and we're going to put that in the middle, like so. And then we've got on the back of this one. Again, just the 1mm. So we could have it like that. Why would we? I'm going to have it like that. In the middle. Like so. Hopefully it's middle-ish. It's down now, it's not moving. And then we've got a 50. That's going in there like that. It's looking good already, isn't it? And now we've got our flowers. So I shaped them all like I showed you and alternated putting the gold on top and the little polka dots on top. And we've got loads of leaves, and the idea is that I am going to have them top left and bottom right, because that's what I do. And we're going to alternate. Yeah, we're going to have them like that. And that one's going there, and that little one's going there. That's how we're going to have them, I reckon. And then I think I'm going to put the leaves in afterwards. I know. Oh yeah, Phil does that, doesn't he? I normally put my leaves in first. I can't remember what we do. Oh, that pearl's not stuck. Need more glue. We'll sort that out in a minute. Why did I put more glue in the centre then? I don't know, Julia. Why did you do that? I know what my son would say, so but I'm not going to repeat that on a video. Tweezers, where are they? There they are. Give that push. Hopefully it'll stay now. Let's see if this one stays. Just be careful not to put your flowers so they come below the bottom of the card blank, because otherwise you're going to struggle to get it in your envelope. This one's not quite in the middle when I layered this up. When you're on mirror card, things move, but that's alright. We'll live with that. Have it around there a bit. Let's have it around there a bit. Putting them on the frame. Oh, this pearl stayed in. And that's the one that's on the mirror card. Amazing. Aren't they pretty? Pretty little flowers. Dig your stamens out if you've got them. You can always also put in the centre some of the smaller flowers if you haven't got the stamens. That'll work. Or some of the other flowers that you might have. If you've got the, I think it was called Delightful Daisy or something. And there was the Dotty Daisy, and was it Dotty Daisy? I don't know. There were loads of daisies that Phil did anyway. You could use those. How's that looking? That's looking all right, isn't it? And we got some leaves. I'm not sure. I think I might go for... what might I go for? I've got some of the big ones in plain. I've got some of the small ones in plain. Obviously, you can pull them to bits as well. I'm not sure if I want the big ones in their entirety. So we might as well go small, haven't we? What we have. Let's have this one here. I'm going to get rid of some of this stem. Don't want all the stem. Glue doesn't dry immediately, so you can mess around and pop things underneath if you want to. And so we've got righties and lefties. should have another one. Yes, I have. Remember when the mirror card is only single-sided, so if you've got a bag of leaves, you might find that one of them slipped over, like just for me there. Let's have that there, like so. And then I think we'll tuck in some of the plain ones. This is all the faffy bit. This actually takes, you know, kind of is the longest with your cutting and stuff. Actually, I'm going to not use that one. I'm going to go for the bigger one. I think I want more coming out of that. So I think we just trim it off there, like so. We can tuck it right in. Now pop it in like that, like so, and then we'll grab another one and we'll pop another one in behind as well. Just so they're poking out. They're poking out, but they're not. There's not too many. And I think what we'll do is we will kind of do a bit of a reverse down here. And I think we'll have these ones popping out here. Might we use a small one? Let's have a look. That's the small one. Let's use the small one. It's got a bit of glue on it, still allied from before. So that's the righty. Now we want the lefty. It's always a good idea to cut more leaves than you need, and then you can faff around. So there's nothing worse than while you're faffing, not having enough to faff with. And I think we'll pop this one in there, obviously trimmed. Yeah. If you want to be fully symmetrical, then absolutely you can do that. So just have that leaf popping out there, like so. And we'll have another one. Popping out there. Maybe. Oh, maybe I should have done it the other way around. Hang on a sec. Yeah, let's have it this way. But just so that I don't want it too far over the edge. Stick. Well, definitely can't be over the edge because it needs to stand up. Obviously this is going to take a little while to stick, and that little bit of glue can come off there. Let's have a look. How do we look? I'm not happy with the placement of that. Still. Oh, maybe we could have it like that. Yeah, I prefer that. How does that look? Does that look a bit daft? Do you know, I think I prefer I prefer the others. I'm going to use both. We can use both on here. This has got glue on it still. We can use both on here. So we can have that and that, like so. And then we're going to go back to the ones that we had before. It's my card, it's my prerogative to change my mind. I like how I've done those. I don't know if I can do that again. So it was, they were pointing like that. It's a good job this glue is hidden underneath the flowers, isn't it? Maybe what I need to do is turn it so that this is up that way, so I can see what I'm doing. So I had to write in, and they were both, they're both the same way. That's weird. Right, let's stick under there. It will. I prefer that now. I'm happier now. And then what we'll do is we will have some more pearls. Do we have, or do that? Question. I tell you what we'll do. Normally I'd put a pearl in each corner, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a pearl there and a pearl there to start with. Not sure if we've got 3mm in here, or if they're just 5s, and yeah, there should be some 3s. Anywho, where's my pickup tool? There it is. Let's grab a big one. And another one. Let's see if that looks about right. And then we'll put another one here and another one below that there. And we'll go for the 5s. If you just do that, then you find that they flip over for you, which is quite nice. It's like gold. Seems to be a different gold, that one. I'm going to swap that one in a sec. That's more of a silver gold, that one. That one there. I want gold. How does that look? Ooh, I quite like that. I feel that the pearls, 2 pearls in each corner, kind of balances things out a wee bit. So what do you think? What about that for a 50th anniversary? And obviously inside you can stick yourself a verse. Phil's done loads of verses as well. So I hope you found that useful. You can find the new products over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and you can also find them over at Honeypot Crafts 2, and the pearls as well. Don't forget to shop for your pearls. So these are Gold Star that I've been using. There is a silver, I think it's called Silver Star as well, if silver's your bag. Do like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. I love to read your comments there. There's loads, there's well over 100 videos with Sentimentally Yours products, and well over 100 other videos as well. Love to read your comments, and do check out some of my other videos. Thank you for watching.